In sales, there's something I like to say to everybody, and it's called, the louder you are, the more people can hear you. You see, we all forget that our tonality, going back to our little verbiage, is going to control our conversations. It's going to dictate what people want. As a review, we told everybody that, one person may like one genre of music, while another may like a different kind of music. See, the genres are very important. Because somebody who likes country music compared to somebody who likes dance music, well, they're going to have to be pitched differently. We have to remember when to go fast and when to kind of slow things down, especially when we're closing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a technique that's so vitally important. It's actually called the porcupine. The porcupine method is very simple. There's 3 steps. You ask once, you ask again, and then you ask again. But they all have to be in different ways. For example, Mrs. Jones, would you like your effective date to be on the 1st or the 15th? Michael, I'd like for it to be on the 1st. So we have to find you a policy that starts on the 1st of the month. Is that correct? Yes, it is, Mike. So when I find you a policy, it's important to get this thing effective on the 1st of the month. Is that correct, Mrs. Jones? Yes, it is, Michael. Excellent. So when we find this policy, I'm going to make the effective date for the 1st of the month, right? Excellent. Moving forward, let me ask you another question. When you use the porcupine method, it makes a question that you ask them real. It solidifies it. It's like the billboard on 95. You're driving by, and all of a sudden you see one after another, after another, after another. You're solidifying the sale. You're making your product real. So the porcupine method has to be a question referenced differently 3 times with the same answer and/or same result. Once again, do you understand how to use the porcupine method? You obviously understand the porcupine method, is that correct? So the porcupine method has a question that's rephrased 3 times. Is that correct? Yes, it is. It's the same question, just referenced differently. What I want you to do is realize that your tonality and then your repetition going into a sale is going to follow your tonality. The louder you are, the more people that can hear you. The more times you say something, the more it becomes real to a consumer. You see, the realism inside of a sale is what sells. Somebody will believe they heard something if you repeat it to them enough times. Have you ever heard of deja vu? Of course you have. Everybody who says, deja vu, I remember this. No, you want to have remembered something. A lot of people always say that when they meet their significant other. They always say, it just feels like deja vu. It feels like I know you. No, it's because you want to believe that. But in order for you to want to believe something, you have to hear it. You have to mull it over. You have to go through that event many times inside of your head, which goes into the closing method. You have to ask that permission to close them. You have to ask them for that permission. You have to close by using permission. Again, porcupine method, a statement used 3 times. Doesn't just have to be a question. What I want you to realize is that no matter what's out there, billboards, TV commercials, speech, everything molds into the porcupine method. Now, again, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Even baseball has the 3-strike method. So now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to start to introduce the porcupine method into your daily activities. Ask the waiter, what do you recommend on the menu? I recommend the steak. Excellent. So you would recommend the steak for me? And then they would answer you. So if you were me, you would eat the steak. Porcupine method. I want you to use it everywhere. Honey, do you want me to go to the store to pick up milk? Yes. So when I go to the store, you want me to get milk. Is that correct? Do you want me to get anything else? No. So go to the store and just get milk, right? Excellent. Porcupine method. Tie somebody down 3 times to your statement. It's called a closing statement. The more times you repeat something, the more it becomes real. Use the porcupine.